What's goody? It's your boy and I'm back with another banging video. And today I got
Akila.
So today we're gonna be checking out Larry Bird. We got a Larry Bird video today for you guys. So make sure y'all spazzing out on that like button and hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already done that. This is a brand new Bird video. The once in a lifetime shot that only Larry Bird could brag about. So we're gonna just go ahead and jump into it. I'm gonna speak a little bit throughout the video. I'm gonna speak after the video. Let's get it.
With 14 seconds left in the game and the score all tied up, Larry Bird, in the most dramatic fashion, hits one of the greatest game winners of his career.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play, and about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? It's Larry. And when he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
So the game is tied.
At
1:02, Celtics have the ball, and with Larry, the shot clock is off.
Was under 10 seconds. And we
10
came back
seconds.
out of the timeout. Larry said, I'm going to get it right here, X, and I'm going to shoot it in your blinking face. And I was like, well, I'll be right here waiting on you, too.
And waiting.
5, and Bird has the
Easy.
basketball. Look out.
Okay.
That was too easy. Over the double team.
And timeout used by the Sonics.
He hit it and looked at me. He was like, damn. I didn't mean to leave nothing on the clock. And I just looked at him and said, oh, conceited bastard.
I get a charge
Conceded
when
all the
I'm
way.
on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
This step-back jump shot, a move that Larry Bird invented, coming from a 6'10" sharpshooter, was damn near
6
impossible
foot?
to defend.
You can't really block
And to
it.
pull it out with the game on the line
6'10"?
while telling his opponent exactly what he's going to do and where he's going to do it from, puts this game-winning shot at number 10 on this list of
He
Larry
like
Bird's
arrogant.
greatest game winners.
Larry
In a good
Bird,
way.
just phenomenal the way that he will contribute in the clutch time after time after time after time.
But number 9 on this list was a personal vendetta that went all the way back to when
Kent
Larry Bird
Benson.
was a freshman in college. This is Kent Benson. When he was a senior and Larry Bird was a freshman at Indiana University, he bullied Larry Bird so badly that Larry dropped out and transferred to a different school. In fact, Larry Bird hated him so much that every time Larry's Celtics went up against Kent Benson's team in the NBA, Larry tried to embarrass him. Like in 1985 when the Celtics played the Pistons at the Hartford Center.
I don't know if you remember this game, Larry, but we playing at Hartford, and we walk out on the court, and Benson is guarding Larry, right? And Larry looks at me and he was calling me cheesy. He goes, cheesy, like you putting him on me? He said, you putting him on me? I was like, that's all I got, man. That's all I got right now.
Loop it to Parrish. Bird comes around the screen. Larry, good up fake. Another good one.
He got him jumping.
He hits.
He got
Larry
him
Bird
jumping like
toyed with
crazy.
Kent Benson and gave him shot.
Larry, a little behind the back pull up. 2 more.
Snap. Hey,
shot.
it looked easy too.
Just kind of playing with
He
Benson
ain't
over there.
playing with him.
Gave him about 5 fakes and hits.
After shot.
Bird wants the ball on Benson. Hits again.
And with 4 seconds left, the Celtics
4
down by 1.
seconds.
Everyone knew that the ball was going to Larry Bird.
I'm sure the Celtics will try and get the ball into Larry's hands
Clutch.
somehow, some way.
But this time, as Larry Bird finds himself in a situation that he's been in many times before, the only thing standing between Larry Bird and victory is Kent Benson. And then this happens.
Bird had a little smile on his face as he came out.
4
too.
seconds.
All right, here's Dennis. Gets it into Bird. Larry, a runner. Got it!
And a runner.
It's over. Boston wins.
He knew he
Game-winning
was.
shot
That was
on
easy.
your
He knew
college
it.
That was
bully
too easy.
After
He
destroying
left
him all
Kent Benson.
game long. Sounds like poetic justice to me.
And
Floater.
I'm taking it right down to the baseline. I'm shooting right over him. So after the game, our buses were lined up next to each other, right? And Larry goes, hey, man, don't ever put that guy on me. Like, right?
Number 8 on this list is so incredible, it proves that Larry Bird was way ahead of his time.
All right, inbounds to Bird. He takes it inside for a
easy.
2 and gets it with 11 seconds to go. Celtics foul Sam Perkins, and they're down by 1. He's got the ball, yeah. 1 more free throw for Sam Perkins. He gets that one, so it's a 2-point Dallas lead.
Because when you're down by 2 points on a fast break with only a few seconds left on the clock,
9
common
seconds.
basketball knowledge back then was to go to the basket, try to get a layup, and go to the free throw line. But Larry Bird, being the sharpshooter that he is, said, "Watch this."
And the Celtics bring it up court to Larry Bird from 3.
Oh my God.
Gunned that thing. He gunned that thing from 3, boy.
Celtics lead by 1. Oh, mercy.
Incredible. Let's take a look at that one more time.
Wow, what a shot by Bird.
Sorry, Steph Curry. Sorry, JJ Redick. But Larry Bird is the father of the pull-up 3 in transition. And his game-winning pull-up 3-pointer
Over
when
2
down by
defenders?
2 proves that he was way ahead of his time and makes number 8 on this list.
Imagine
That was
the
nice.
arrogance, the wonderful arrogance of a man who needs 2 to tie or 3 to win and says, "Let's roll the dice."
But number 7 was even better because he did the exact same thing in Phoenix when down by 2 with only 1 second on the clock. Except this time, he did it off of 1 foot and told the other team exactly what he was going to do.
We're playing Phoenix, and we're way ahead, okay? We're down in the old Saddle Dome that they had outside.
Right.
And Larry, you know, we're playing good as a team. Larry has the worst fourth quarter known to man. I mean, he's throwing the ball to the other team. I'm like, good Lord, we had like a 15-point lead. Next thing you know, we're down 2. And I'm like, how in the world are we going to lose this game, man?
Make sure we
he was having a bad game.
Larry says, I'm going to bust off the play, and I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to shoot a 3. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Let's shoot a 2, please. Go to the hole, try to get fouled. Let's just get into overtime, see if we can't win this game.
So, you know, Larry not only tells me that, he walked by the bench and says, you know, typical Birdie, just real slow, fixing to bust a 3 on your guys and go home. And so he breaks the play.
in 1 second.
Loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good!
1 foot runner.
Bird. Oh my God.
And then he pointed at him.
103 to 101, a 3-pointer by Larry Bird at the buzzer.
That's crazy.
And he gets the ball, jumps out, busts the play, comes out, gets the ball at the slot, shoots the ball. As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix and yells, running to the locker room.
Yo.
And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, man.
That was Birdie. And just he had the confidence, man. That dude had so much confidence. He talked to the coaches. He talked to everybody. He was talking trash all the time, man. But fun. Great competitor, man.
Yeah.
And
great competitor, I ain't gonna lie.
Happened during the greatest series of all time. It was the 1981 Eastern Conference Finals versus Dr. J and the Philadelphia 76ers. And these teams absolutely hated each other.
There's Dr. J trying to hold Bird. Bird retaliates, and and look at
Oh, they got him by his neck.
Oh, they jumping Bird. They jumping Bird.
by Barkley and Moses.
Oh, somebody helped him. Look, somebody helped
There's no greater time in basketball that I've ever had other than going out and beating the 76ers.
And after Larry Bird and the Celtics went down 3-1, Larry Bird hit a series of clutch buckets in Game 5 to push the series to Game 6.
Pointed out Caldwell Jones in there. Going to the hoop, Bird. He could not be denied. Larry Bird. Intercepted. It's over. The Boston Celtics, who are down by 6 points with 1:28 to go. But Bird came back in the final crucial moment.
Took over.
He did it when he had to do it.
And then in Game 6, after the Celtics were losing by as much as 17 points, Larry Bird carried the Celtics to a comeback victory to force a Game 7.
Bird out to Tiny with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Bobby Jones is on him on a defensive switch. Hollins
He be
on
blocking.
Larry Bird shot.
Shooter's touch.
Look at that shot. And that'll do it. The game is over. Boston has won. Only 3 teams have come back from a 3-1 deficit to force a 7th and win a 7th game.
And in the final moments of Game 7, with the score tied up, Larry Bird does what Larry Bird did over and over and over again in the clutch.
Irving setting up for something. Fakes. Low into Dawkins. Double team. Dawkins goes in. Misses.
Oh.
Bird out of the pass.
Body's flying.
Coming to the left. Stop and pop off the glass. It's gone. Off the lead.
Every single.
Easy. Nobody be on him like that.
And the pass hits the top of the backboard, and it's over.
Clutch. As clutch as they come for real, I ain't gonna lie.
It's all over. It's all over. This place is a madhouse.
This game-winning jump shot helped Larry Bird versus a team with 3 Hall
Right
of
on
Famers
the
on the
top.
roster pull off the greatest 3-1 comeback of all time, making this number 6 on this list. And now for the top 5. And number 5 on this list could have easily been number 1 for the sheer level of difficulty of the shot.
The greatest buzzer beater of them all was against Portland on a Sunday afternoon in Boston.
Doing a good job of staying with Dennis Johnson on the way up. Bird.
Oh my goodness, over 2.
Larry Bird was torching the Portland Trail Blazers and ended up with 48 points.
I know it was frustrating trying to stick him, bro.
Top of the key, Larry. Spins, drives.
That was easy. And he had people on him.
But the last
he
two
could get anywhere he wanted to.
Because down by 1, with only 2 seconds left on the clock, Larry Bird did this.
Jay is going to put the ball in a play. He's not being guarded. It goes to Bird. Bird up fakes. Bird takes the shot. It's gone!
Over the double team in the corner. Like, y'all already double teaming. What more can y'all do? 22 was slacking. He should have played harder defense. I don't know if that would have helped though.
Bird from the corner. Bird did it.
At this point, Larry Bird was known as Mr. Clutch because he hit so many of these clutch shots again and again and again. But number 4 on this list came from the 1986 season, which was Larry Bird's best season. Because he was so much better than the competition, he got bored one night and decided to play a game left-handed.
Larry was well known for predicting what he was going to do on the road trips. They asked Larry, well, so Larry, you come to the end of the road trip, well, what do you got in store? You've achieved all your milestones. He said, I'm going to play this game left-handed.
Let's see how that worked out.
Left-handed
I'm going to play left-handed. And if the game's in doubt in the fourth quarter, I'll switch back to right. But he played the entire game left-handed. And he had a triple-double.
Yeah, he shot that with the left hand.
A triple-double?
Underhander and made it look simple. Down at the corner. Larry Bird with that left hand.
He really just going up with the left, bro.
The fact that he has the ability to use both hands in close to the basket. Something all young basketball players should strive to do. Perfect both hands in close.
And at the end of 3 quarters, Larry
Y'all
Bird
gotta understand
had
how hard
27
that is.
points, nearly all of them left-handed. He was literally toying with the entire league.
I had a good left hand around the basket, and they always, if you watch, if I remember the game correctly, they were forcing me left to help, and they wasn't getting there quick enough. So I had shots around 5-6 foot with my left hand. I felt more comfortable with my left hand there than I did my right. Then once I got started making a few, I just kept going.
Larry Bird from Johnson, excellent pass, and another.
Just killing him with the offhand all day. That's crazy.
He's got 31.
That's scary.
Still 4:10 remaining here in the third quarter.
But what was crazy was fourth quarter close game, and all of a sudden he breaks out the most insanely batshit nuts left-handed shots in the world, throwing left-handed floaters off the glass in transition from like 12 feet. And then
he's so slow with it.
I'm not gonna lie, that's insane.
Lefty hook.
The
from
offhand,
like 10 feet.
a
And then
lefty hook.
2 possessions
Didn't
later,
that float off the
has
glass?
a sweeping lefty and 1 hook, and it's like, okay, like you never see any offhand shots like that, and he did 3 in a row.
Let me pause it real quick. I didn't pause this one very much. This has been a good video, but I gotta pause it at this point. Yo, all my basketball players, if you ever played, I don't care if it was just rec ball, I don't care if you had some organized ball, you played a little college ball. Listen, anytime playing with that offhand, like most people that I've seen, can't even use the offhand really. The offhand is really the weak hand. He went straight towards the offhand that whole game, and specifically he said, I think I feel better finishing with my left than my right here. So that's why I was like, that's scary, because he's already 6'10". Anybody that actually plays some basketball, sticking somebody that's 6'10" is dang near impossible. But now he can kill you with both hands, either side of the goal, hit you with a jump shot, fade away, pump fake. It's toxic. I could understand why people talk about him like they do and the legends do, but at the same time, it's like there was really nothing you could do with him. His skill set was too great, and he was too good at what he was doing. He had practiced. It's the reps. He had put in so much time, so much work. You couldn't tell him nothing because he already knew what he was capable of. He's seen himself make all these shots probably 100, 1,000 times before we even seen him put these shots up. So yeah, that's one of the dopest things about Larry. But let's jump back into it.
While they were holding off a charge, so Larry was a cold-blooded man, and you didn't need me to tell you that.
But as the game came down to the wire, he went back to his left hand and tried to put the Portland Trailblazers out of their misery. But down by 2 with 17 seconds left, Larry Bird puts the team on his back.
Drexler.
Defense.
Kersey had it, but Bird comes down with the big rebound.
Bird played some good D on that last possession.
We're tied with 6 seconds left.
That's a good shot, man.
Portland.
He set them feet. You having problems.
Points.
This game-tying shot sent the game into overtime. And in overtime,
OT.
the Celtics down by 1 with 17 seconds on the clock. And Larry Bird's historical performance on the line. Larry Bird does what he's been known to do over and over and over again in the clutch.
And they know that.
Top of your screen.
I don't think they can do nothing about it. He tried. He on it. Double team, triple team. It don't matter.
47 points for Larry Bird.
47.
The Boston
Beat him by
Celtics,
1.
as they usually do, have prevailed here in overtime from Portland.
That hurt.
Our player of the game, our Light Beer and Turner Broadcasting most valuable player, is Larry Bird with 47 points on 62% shooting, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. He had 1 steal and 1 block. Another triple-double for Larry Bird, his second consecutive one.
Some night it goes in, some night it don't. That night it happened to work out. But if I remember correctly, we won that game in overtime by like 1 point. So, you know, I probably shot with my right hand the whole game.
Nah, you put up 47 with the
and
left.
Number 3 on this list was the greatest test of Larry Bird's toughness. Because it happened during the most physical game of the greatest rivalry in NBA history and the biggest stage in basketball. Game 4 of the 1984 NBA Finals versus the Lakers was a movie.
Now Kareem with McHale guarding, feeds Cooper.
The Celtics just have not been able to pick up that
puck. Backed up Michael Cooper into the photographer's lane as he got the inbounds pass.
Oh.
Here's Kareem, outlet to Worthy. Rambis. And now let's watch it. Cooper
got up ran straight at that boy.
He was decked by 2 Celtics and hit the floor hard.
They clipped him.
Oh my goodness. They clothesline that dude.
Yeah. You could see it coming.
He was ready to fight.
You got to knock it down, to slow it down. And that's what they did. And just all hell broke loose.
Kareem. Double. Bird fights Kareem.
Oh, Kareem.
Swings the elbow and now is yelling at Larry Bird. Jaw to jaw.
Boy, it was intense. It's a rivalry game right here. It get real. It's competitive, bro.
Kareem fighting for the rebound. And Kareem hit him with an elbow. And he's upset now. Bird over there saying,
threw that elbow.
And Kareem saying, listen, pal, get off my back.
Larry Bird was hit in that jaw. And I guess Kareem drew a little blood.
What?
If you put this tape right now and make some of these guys watch the NBA, who are in the NBA right now, watch this and they go, oh my God, this was grown-ass man basketball.
And with the score
it was different.
It was 34 seconds to go in overtime, Larry Bird gives us one of the signature moments of his entire career.
Dennis, he told me this one story. We were playing, I guess it was in 84, 85, one of the series, but Casey Jones was drawing up a play. And Larry was kind of like watching, and then finally Larry said, hey, coach, give me the fucking ball till everybody get out the way. I love that story because that's dominance there. That's some shit only great ones say.
We're in overtime.
True.
9 at 123.
He said it like that, though?
Casey drawing up the play for coming out of the huddle, and Larry turned and said, you guys want to win the game? Just give me the ball and get out of the way.
But here's Henderson with it. 18 on the shot clock. You think the Celtics will use most of the clock here?
How you fall, bro?
Nearly a steal by Worthy.
Falling and I can't get out.
Johnson with Cooper all over him. He can't do a thing.
They get it was. It was a smooth. Right when they got it to him, he went up. What could you even do? He went up with it too fast.
2 games apiece.
The Celtics won that series, which was Larry Bird's second championship in 5 years. But winning against his arch nemesis Magic Johnson and the Lakers made the taste of victory that much more sweet.
One game we played the Lakers in the Forum, and we was fortunate enough to win at the end. There's a lot of fans around, and when we won games on the road, we tend to stay a little bit longer and celebrate. I was very quiet and very humble that day, and I was looking out the window, and I happened to see Irvin walking across the parking lot to his car. And I just watched him. I could see the pain on his face. The look in his eyes that he was a beaten man that day. So if my thoughts in my head, my other teammates were talking, doing their own thing, I was just watching him. I said, suffer, baby, suffer.
He wanted that man to suffer.
And the between list showed that his sharpshooting was not luck. It was all skill.
I remember we were playing Washington in Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot. But KC called timeout.
And now quickly it goes underneath the center for King and stolen. Darren Day got in there and DJ picked it off. On the right now it goes to Bird. Bird fires, hit, and Jess Kersey says no.
Horrible. Why would you even call timeout right there?
Timeout was called. Bird is down on his hands and knees. He just
that don't even make sense.
And it won't count.
What a coach, huh?
The very next possession, down by
well, that was just a bad coaching call right there.
Larry Bird did this to send the game done because after Larry Bird had returned from a season-ending back injury and foot surgery, he played Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen at the beginning of their Chicago Bulls dynasty. In a regular season game, the teams went back and forth.
Bagley against Paxson, 10 on the shot clock. Jordan on Bird. Quick feed into Jim Paxson for the layup. Larry Bird has KO'd the read. Jordan steal.
Bird against Jordan.
Michael for the dunk.
That's a matchup right there.
Bird working on Pippen one-on-one. Hits the fadeaway.
And with 10 seconds to go, it was a tie game. The Celtics had the ball, and the Bulls put their two best defenders, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, both on Larry Bird because everyone knows who the ball is going to. And then this happens.
Let's see if they wind it all the way down. Inside of 10 seconds. Bird low. You can't double yet. Now you can quickly. Bird's jumper. Good.
Over both of them. Scottie and Jordan was on.
And I think they were trying to make sure he don't get the ball.
Everybody in this building had to know what was
right
going
over.
on. Michael came over to help out. Celtics lead with 3.6 seconds.
That's some bad.
102 to 100.
He's a bad man.
While being double teamed by both Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, two of the best defenders of all time. Now that's incredible.
I ain't gonna lie.
Best. If I had to choose a player to take a shot to save a game, I'd choose Michael Jordan. But if I had to choose a player to take a shot to save my life, I'd take Larry Bird. Enough said.
That's crazy. Well, that was the end of the video, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that last one was good. Like over Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Now, one thing that I know about Scottie, everybody like to talk about Scottie how he was the sidekick, but he was always one of the best defenders in the league. You know what I'm saying? He was always one of the top defenders, especially on the 2-3-peats. So like, and we're not even gonna get started on Jordan. For him to shoot over both of them, a great contest. Oh, that some heat. That step back, 6'10", long wingspan. Even if he's slow, you can't do nothing with it. You can't. I'm sorry, there's nothing you can do with it. Then he got the left and the right. He's shooting floaters off the backboard with the left. So that means he's actually consistent with the left. It's not just something he put up real quick when he opened. You could try to contest it. He would probably still make it.
So 6 seconds on the clock. Who you choosing, Larry or Michael? I'm choosing Larry. I'm choosing Larry.
I don't know.
That's like a life.
I don't know.
That's like a life thing right there. That's what that man just said.
Listen,
like, that could be compared to that.
That's a great question, but I'm not
gonna change Michael. I'm not about to. Michael.
That's
at the
a hard
end, 6
one.
seconds.
Because they can't.
We know for sure Larry is gonna make it. He gonna make a way. I'm not saying Jordan will, but it's gonna happen.
I don't know, yo. I'm gonna say Larry. I'm gonna say Larry, but I'm gonna say Larry because I feel like Larry, and I might be wrong about this. I didn't look at the numbers. I feel like Larry has more clutch shots. Like just not talking about just playoffs. Not talking about like just championship. I'm talking about in general clutch moments, like clutch shots, especially clutch shots, not just moments, more clutch jump shots than Jordan. So if we're talking about hitting that last shot, I think I would give it. If it was a jump shot, if it's 3, I'm gonna go Larry Just because I feel like he got more. I'd feel a little more comfortable. But either one, I'd choose them two. Like, but they can't both do it. That was a hard one. That was a hard one. But I can't disrespect Larry on that one. So I'll give it to him.
Yep.
If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure y'all liking and y'all subscribing. Man, this was a great video. We got more Larry videos. There's a bunch of new videos that I ain't checked out yet. So probably gonna be checking out some more of those. Please hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It's right there down below. You feel me? So go ahead and hit that button. By hitting that button, you gonna help me to grow, and everyone subscribe up counts. So hit that button up. And also before we go, make sure y'all follow my Twitch. Legit Big Dreams, the same name as the YouTube channel. Follow my Twitch, man. Support. I be going live on there doing my gaming sometimes. So I'd appreciate that. And don't forget to hit that like button. You feel me? I appreciate you. Hope you know what it is, and we out your day.